Hey everyone, this is Lala Legacy and welcome back to another episode of Little Busters. So before we start, if you haven't already, subscribe because that would mean the whole world to me. And after this video is over, if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below because that lets me know that you want to see more. Alright, let's jump in. Since we missed the peak time, there really weren't too many people around. Well, there were only 20 minutes left in the lunch break, so that much was understandable. Crunchy udon! It's waiting for me! Welcome! Whoa, that surprised me! What is it? From somewhere in the cafeteria, a voice called out a cheery greeting to us. To be more accurate, from somewhere on the floor of the cafeteria. Haruka, what are you doing? Oh, she's cleaning. Oh, it's Saigusa! What the heck are you doing? Can't you tell? Haruka-san tilted her head to the side. Here we go! Haruka pushed herself up onto her knees. She then began to wring out the mopping cloth she had in her hands. Oh, so she was cleaning the floor? Well, that was certainly something we could figure out just by looking. I don't get it. What Masato probably meant to say was, why the heck are you doing that? No. After Haruka-san pondered on it for a few moments. Thank you for your business. Have a nice trip. Her reply was as incohesive as usual. Why are you trying to get us out of here? If you have nothing to do, just leave already. Riki, what should I do to shut up this random girl? Come on, Masato, just hold on for a second. Oh, Masato-kun? Are you lacking calcium? That's no good, leaving your milk. At this rate, you'll never get any bigger. He's already huge. Right. I'd be scared if he somehow managed to get any bigger. What? Are you saying as my roommate that I'm just barely within the size limits? Ergo, that it'd be better if I leave the room before I get any bigger and hog up all the space? No, calm down. Feel free to grow as huge as you want. I was worried there for a second. As I was somehow managing to calm Masato down, I questioned Haruka-san. So, how did you end up cleaning floors? Right, well, the truth is, to put it plainly, I broke a few plates, so they put me to cleaning dishes. But while I was staring at that huge mountain of ceramics to wash, I started wondering if I could make myself a Baghdad battery. It didn't quite work. So in other words, you did yet another experiment with electricity? We had seen the shocking results of some of her electrical experiments on earlier occasions. Yeah. Your laugh isn't deceiving anyone. This isn't something to laugh about. So I guess you're getting your just desserts, Haruka-san. Saigusa, what I don't get is why you're talking like you don't even care. Well, it's not like it's my fault. Salt? Too much salt is unhealthy for you, Masato-kun. If your saline intake is too high, it'll come to the attention of the motherland. This conversation isn't making sense. Anyway, with that, my dishwashing days were over. Now I'm scrubbing the floors. This is taking too long. I have to wipe all the floors in the cafeteria. I'm such a tough nut. Am I the only one who thinks of something totally different when she calls herself a nut? Scrubby-dubby, scrubby-dubby! Cleaning the floors, cleaning the floors. Cleaning the cleaning, lots of cleaning. While humming an out-of-whack tune to herself, Haruka-san mopped her way off across the cafeteria. I don't get it. But somehow, Saigusa looks like she's having a good time. Now that he mentioned it, even though she complained, Haruka-san was always willing to get the job done. A tough nut indeed. Well, that was probably expected of a maintenance committee member. Uh-huh. Lots of crunching. No one said anything as we all concentrated on eating the crispy udon. Yeah, just leave that whole thing alone. I'm totally stuffed. Thank you for your patronage. Get Saigusa. Yeah, you're really attached to that reaction, aren't you, Masato-kun? Aren't you? Pretty much. Doesn't it make me sound intellectual? Oh wait, no, whoops. That's so intellectual. He went along with it. Yeah! Haruka-san clasped her hands behind her back and laughed. Are you done with your cleaning? Pretty much. Now I just have to wipe the tables and I'm done. Anyway, bye-bye, guys! Waving her small hand, Haruka-san vanished into the kitchen. Let's go, Riki! Yeah, wait up, Masato. I had to leave in a flurry to catch up with the others leaving the cafeteria. Class ended early today, so I went to buy some bread. Huh? In the corridor, I saw Haruka-san crouching down in a hunch. This is a problem. What am I gonna do? Huh? Haruka-san, what's up? Ah, Rikikun, yaha! In front of the kneeling Haruka-san, there was a little girl. She was probably kindergarten-aged, or possibly an early grade schooler. The girl was wearing a white one-piece dress and a straw hat with a violet ribbon on her head. Judging by the little girl's age and her appearance, judging the little girl's age by her appearance is hard. What's with the kid? I don't really know. She was just walking around in the school. Maybe she got separated from a family member? Is that right? Are you looking for someone? The little girl stared up at me with a guarded look. What? She's probably feeling shy. The girl then looked at Haruka-san with a troubled face. At that moment... Target discovered! I have a visual! It looked like trouble was on the way. Wait, look! Saigusa Haruka is being accompanied by a child! You can't mean she's openly flaunting her sexual deviance on our sacred school grounds? What are you doing, making a mockery of public morals? There was a sharp whistling sound. Secure her! Well, looks like things are going to get pretty complicated, doesn't it? They're not going to. They already are. This is no time for laughing, Haruka-san. And this kid, what are we going to do with her? First of all, run for it! Again? Haruka-san seized my hand as well as the girls and took off running. Why do we end up running away every single time? Because if we get caught, it'll be terrible, Rikikun. This time, it'll be 5 hours of kneeling down and being lectured. Why 5 hours? Because they must be thinking our love's crystallization just came into light? The prefects are all pissed off, and all over a misunderstanding too. Wait, you! Stop! I could hear the yells raining from behind us. Oh man! Haruka-san and I, plus the girl, ran through the school. It's not like I don't understand, but why do I always get caught up in these things? Fast feet are the key to a long relationship overflowing with honey and milk. What the heck does that even mean? Just you wait, Saigusa Haruka! There are more of them coming. I looked over my shoulder and saw the pursuing party had grown in numbers. It can't be helped. I couldn't bring myself to do this, but... wait, don't tell me. Secret technique! Thumbtack! Stop! You definitely can't do that. Eh? How can you make such a depressed face while running at full speed? Oh man, we're so gonna be caught now. If they catch us, it's gonna be terrible beyond imagination. They'll make us kneel in a cold place, not letting us leave even when our stomachs growl. I don't like how when I click, it sometimes doesn't go through. Okay. It'd probably frighten even Richard. Onei-chan, are you a fugitive? I've already been running for 1,000,000 years. Is it really the right time for jokes like that? Hold it right there, Saigusa Haruka. Uh-oh. From behind the corner, the prefects poured to form a solid wall to block our flight. We immediately retraced our steps, and the prefects gave chase. They're catching up because I didn't throw out the thumbtacks. Oh, man. We've confirmed that she's kidnapping a minor. The charges seem to be getting heavier. We'll hear your excuses in the committee meeting room. Oh, come on! Onei-chan? Yes, my dear? Can I borrow your cell phone? My batteries ran out. No problem. Here. Hanukkazon fished her cell phone out of her uniform pocket and handed it to the girl. Thank you. Hello? Yes, yes. Kay. Tell Mom and Dad. Right. I'll come right home. Saigusas, what's going on? Like I said, I was just helping out this lost girl. Eh? Then why did you run away? Because! If you start chasing me, I just feel like I have to run away. A nonchalant answer. What? Honestly, a person like you... Well, anyway, now that we know it's a big misunderstanding, let's just... You can't just go running helter-skelter through the school. Right. Sorry. Haruka-san was cleaning out her ear with one finger while looking away uninterestedly. Pay attention! The prefect's yells echoed off the walls of the corridor. That was the pits! Huh? Where's the girl? She said she just wanted to use the phone in the facility office. Looks like she's all good now. She bid us goodbye while we were getting lectured. Oh, so that's what happened. Rikikun, you've got it bad too, didn't you? I knew I should have thrown down some marbles or pins. This girl really doesn't reflect on her actions. Well then, adieu, Rikikun. Haruka-san walked off while waving her left hand behind her. So tired. Somehow I was completely worn out. Somehow? Letting my shoulders slump, I returned to the classroom. During the break, the girls in the class are raising a ruckus over something. Hey, Riki, what are they up to over there? Looks like fortune-telling. We could hear the voice of a girl with an open book. Well, based on the combination of your father's name and your birth date. Hey, what's up? It's a new, MY selection fortune-telling. Saigusas, would you like to try it? Yep, count me in. Haruka-san mingled with the girls in our class as unhesitantly as though she was one of them. Saigusas, when's your birthday? October 13th? Well then, let's see. Please tell me your father's name and birth date. Eh? Like I said, I need your father's name and birth date. With that, I could tell your... Saigusas, are you listening? Huh? My attention focused. Haruka-san's ordinary, cheery smile faded, replaced by a sullen... No, the emotion on her face was even deeper than that. though it didn't look like she was angry. Sorry, I think I'll pass after all. Oh, okay. As expected, the other girls found Haruka-san's actions odd. Ignoring the strange atmosphere, Haruka-san turned her back on it all and left the classroom. Without thinking, I stood up from my seat. What's the matter, Riki? It's nothing. Caught half out of my seat by Kengo's voice, I stopped and slumped back into my seat. What was that? Saigusas-san was acting so weird. When I heard the girls talking like that, I got a vexing feeling in my heart. I've said this before. I've watched the anime to this, so I do know all of their backstories already. And oh man, this is gonna be a tough one. The chime finally rang out, marking the end of the classic literature class. How unsightly, Riki. If you want to talk about unsightly, look in the mirror. Go wash your face. Yeah, I'll do that. I stood up a little unsteadily. The classic literature class had gone completely in one ear and out the other. I went to the drinking fountain, letting the water run over my hand. The water in the tap, first warmed by the sun, soon ran cold. What was it? I was thinking about something important, I think. The unending thoughts I had been having during class were in fragments. Among those, I couldn't pick out what I had been so anxious about at the time. I yawned again. Hey! Out of nowhere, something was thrust into my mouth. What? Sorry. Haruka-san? That was such a big yawn. You looked like a baby bird asking for food. Haruka-san giggled. I couldn't help but stick my finger in. Please don't do insane things. What if I had bitten you? That's okay. I'd like to be nibbled on by Rikikun. What? Or not? Just kidding. It's a joke. Please don't tease me like that. Sheesh. Sorry. No need to get upset. While saying that, Haruka-san lifted a bucket up off the floor. Up you come! Water sloshed around within the bucket. Then she reached down for another bucket. So heavy! After emptying the 2 buckets, Haruka-san let out a heavy breath. What's with the buckets? The dorm head and prefects caught me sneaking into the classroom. So they had me stand in the hall with buckets in my hands. I mean, honestly, what time period is that punishment from? My fingers hurt. Haruka-san shook both her hands back and forth. The tips of her fingers really were all red. So, you were late again? You don't have to say again. This month I haven't even been late 10 times yet. I feel like I'm always stuck in that dorm. So, can you really blame me? They could have gone a little easier. Wait, what? I feel like I'm always stuck in that dorm? If she feels like it, doesn't that mean there are times she is not stuck in that dorm? So, you've been fooling around at night? What? No! No! I haven't done anything like that! In a confused state, Haruka-san shook her head furiously. I absolutely haven't done anything like that! Absolutely not! Haruka-san met my gaze for a moment, then averted her eyes. I haven't, she said pouty. I'm not doubting you. Haruka-san's head perked up a little at that, but she still didn't meet my eyes and kept murmuring to herself. I'm not that kind of girl. I know. I'm not. Her words dipped suddenly into silence. Eh? Home. I went home. Home? You mean as in home? Your house? Yeah, home or something like that. Sometimes I go home on the days when I need to go, or when I need to, I go. So it's not like I'm fooling around at night or anything like that. I opened my mouth but couldn't say anything. Why? I had no idea. Maybe it was because of my own past. Or maybe it was because Hanukkazon's voice had been so downcast. Just kidding! Hanukkazon raised her head. It was her normal smiling face. You should already know not to trust everything I say. I'm always pulling your leg. It was a joke. To tell you the truth, I've been slipping off school grounds to play around just a little. Because, it's so boring here. Plus, the disciplinary committee is always snooping around. Even the teachers are always scowling and growling at me. It's no fun at all. That's why Hanukkazon started chattering rapidly. She went on spewing words like a machine gun with a cheesy smile on her face. I'm gonna ask for the truth. Really? So I interrupted Hanukkazon's prattling. Is that really how it is? Hanukkazon fell silent. I saw her hand clench tightly into a fist. She relaxed and clenched it a few times repeatedly. If it was a lie, what would you do? If which part was a lie? Hanukkazon tried to laugh, but it fell flat, and she instead pressed her lips together. I guess there are quite a few lies you'd have to do something about. Hanukkazon continued slowly, choosing her words carefully and pausing often. The part about me not fooling around, the part about me going home, those are true. I see, I believe you. Why? Well, it's not a lie, right? Hanukkazon nodded her head, looking like a small child somehow. That's why, then. That's all. If you already know why you keep coming to school late to school, wouldn't it be better if for you to get another alarm clock for when you're home? It'll help wake you up at the time it'll help wake you up at the times when you are in a bad way. If you can do that, you won't be late all the time. Yeah. In my room, well, Masato's in mine, there's a whole mountain of alarm clocks. I'll lend you one. Or two. You can pick whichever you like. Yeah. There really is an assortment. Kyosuke has bought us a ton of them. And for some reason, Kengo keeps getting them from secondhand stores for us as well. There's a bunch we've never even used. Yeah. Hanukkazon? Hanukkazon was nodding to my words lethargically. Yeah? You still with me? Yeah, I got it. It's just like you said, right? It'll help me not be late. She smiled while repeating my words back to me. Oh, this hurts me so much because it's all PTSD. And that just fucking hurts. Like, I really want to cry right now. As soon as classes were over, we went to pick out a clock. What? So this is Rikikun's room. What? It's a boy's room. No, Saigusas, this is a men's room. Hey, what's this? Where the hell are you sticking your hand? But there's something under the carpet. You, stop searching around for random things. You came here for a clock, remember? Ah, that's right. Right you are. Psh. Hey, what's that? What's that? Why the heck are you looking under our futons now? Riki, do something about her. Hanukkazon, look. Here's the clocks. Please, choose one. Hey, what are you doing? That's my pillow. Fluffy. Leave my pillow alone. Why are you pushing your face into it? Wow, this is a boy smell. Your pillow's comfy. Can I borrow it? I'm not gonna lend you that. Don't look at me with those eyes that accuse me of stinginess. I don't care about alarm clocks. I want Rikikun's pillow. Hey, Riki, can you just toss her out of here? Calm down, Masato. 10 minutes later. Here, Saigusa, here's your clock. And a Super Ball. Now get out! Oh, you're treating me like some kind of nuisance. That's because you kind of are. This might be bad. Veins were bulging on Masato's forehead. You are a nuisance! Yeah! He slammed the door closed forcefully. I got thrown out. Hanukkazon, you fooled around a little too much. Oh, I'm sorry. But Rikikun, thanks. In the end, Hanukkazon had picked a few clocks with loud alarm sounds. She had only picked ones with electric beeping alarms. I guess she had something against bell noises. I suppose I'll just take these to my room. Not the dorm, my room over there. But today's not a homegoing day. What should I do? Wouldn't it be better to get it over with as soon as possible? You're right. I don't want to be late and make everyone angry again. I'll take them over to my house today. What's wrong? Haruka-san looked like she was trying to make up her mind about something. What, Haruka-san? What if I wanted to show you my room? Rikikun, what would you do? Suddenly snapping her head up, Haruka-san's face hovered close to mine. I don't mean anything weird by it. You see, I just wanted you to see how far away my house is. Just so you'll believe me about how hard it is to not be late coming from there. I don't doubt you. But if you see it, you'll know for certain, right? Why was she asking me? Haruka-san was close enough that I could feel her breath. I felt embarrassed. I felt so embarrassed I couldn't help averting my eyes. So what will you do? What should I do? Check it out. Well, then let's check it out. Okay, check it out. It is? You want to? Oh, got it. Then shall we? Yeah, let's. Okay then, let's go. Even Haruka-san was all tongue-tied with nervousness, so you can only imagine how strange I felt. My heart was racing. Why was that? While thinking about it, I nodded my head. Haruka-san's house was about 40 minutes by foot from the school. I guess it'd been about 20 minutes by bike. Haruka-san said I didn't have bikes though. Or Haruka-san and I didn't have bikes though, so we had to walk. It was in a residential district away from the bus routes. In one of the corners, there sat Haruka-san's house. All that walking must have made you thirsty. I'll get us some tea. What do you want? Green tea? Black? There's coffee too. I only have instant. Should I go buy some of the real stuff? There's some juice in the fridge too, orange and vegetable and... or is water better? Or should I make some oolong tea? Haruka-san was spinning her hand around all the while as she spoke. She noticed that she was making my head spin and finally asked in an embarrassed voice, "Is barley tea okay?" Yeah. All right, just wait a bit. Haruka-san left the room and closed the door behind her. I turned around slowly, examining the room. The decoration was mainly monotone. The carpet was a light cream white. There's not much in here. There was a bookshelf and a desk in the room, but they were more or less empty. The bookshelf was barren. There was not a single stuffed animal on the desk. There were just some writing utensils and a notebook curled with age. I wonder if she just keeps all of her stuff at the dormitory. That was probably it. I had imagined her room to be a lot more chaotic. I mean, really, it was way too orderly to be Hanukkazon's room. No, rather than orderly, it didn't even look like a room someone's lived in. Maybe because she mostly stayed in the dorm? But then, what was this uncomfortable feeling? Sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome back. Hanukkazon returned bearing a tray with glasses. As she entered, the strange feeling dissipated, replaced by one of a friendly familiarity. I took one of the glasses she set on the low table and took a sip. The well-chilled barley tea sure hit the spot. It's a little lonely with just tea. Ah, that's right. Hanukkazon retrieved a bag from the floor and opened it. She then pulled out a small paper bag. Ta-da! Well, not that this is anything special either. Actually, it's just some leftovers. Yeah! The snacks she produced from the bag were small, yellow, and brown. Muffins. This one is, let's see, apricot. And the one you're holding is a pepper muffin. That one's banana, and this one's green tea flavored. I got the tea leaves from Little Cood. Eat whichever you like. I recommend the double berry one. I made it with strawberries that I got from the gardening club's garden. The gardening club gave them to you? Of course! I didn't steal them or anything. They gave me the berries for setting up the windmills to keep moles out of their garden. I see. Wait, what do windmills have to do with moles? When the windmill rotates, it transmits a certain kind of vibrations into the ground. And that ruins the mole's appetites, or so I've heard. So anyway, that's how I got the strawberries. I took the muffins she had indicated. I split it in two, and the faint smell of butter wafted out. As I put the pieces in my mouth, my nose caught the scent of the fruit pieces in the dough. How is it? Good? Yeah, it's good. The ones you brought before were good too. The chocolate chip ones? You usually use fresh cream on those. After that, you crumble some marbled chocolate for the topping. That way they come out much prettier and more colorful. I made those muffins with Komari-chan in mind. So these are just the leftovers. Komari-san loves sweet things, doesn't she? Also, I'm sorry if you can hear that in the background. One of my babies was using the potty. Hi, honey. Hi, come here. It may be hard to believe, but old-fashioned Japanese sweets work well for coating muffins. So I'm always visiting Komari-chan and the local sweet shops. Oh, I see. And I sometimes take requests and make those. Though I can still only make muffins or scones. Wait, so where do you cook these? In the school? The home economics lab, perhaps? There are no ovens in the home economics lab. The cooking class used to have a multi-purpose electric range. But I've been banned from there for breaking it. Yeah. Then I have a chagrined? Chagrined smile. So now I use the cafeteria ovens. Without permission? Well, at first I didn't have permission. This isn't a laughing matter, Hanukkazon. But now it's okay. I've worked out a deal so I can use the ovens. In exchange, I help out in the kitchen on days off and after school. Does the time you have to help out equal the time you use the ovens? I also work in compensation for the eggs I use, baking powder I have to bring myself. But right now, it seems like whenever the lunch lady sees my face, she calls me out. Boo-hoo! My unpaid working hours just keep growing. I wonder if she made her leftover bread snacks using the cafeteria as well. Come to think of it, there were eggs in that too. Do you have a thing for eggs, Hanukkazon? Why do you ask? Well, everything you've made up to now has eggs in it. I don't know if I'd call it a thing, but I guess I sort of like eggs. My very first dish I ever made was sunny side up eggs. I also started practicing my special egg splitting technique at that time. You mean back when you started doing your first cooking? Yup. Way back with my first sunny side up eggs. Although to be honest, I burnt them to a crisp. That was when... Suddenly, Hanukkazon paused. What happened? Oh, it's nothing. Anyways, I guess that's why my cooking repertoire is a bit limited. Actually, I've still only mastered muffins and scones, yeah. Lately I've been trying to make chiffon cake. It's hard. It was at that moment we heard a car pulling up outside. Hanukkazon stiffened. I heard her knee hit the low table with a loud noise. The plate with the muffins and the cups danced a little. No way! Why? Today she's not supposed to come home today. The blood drained from Hanukkazon's face. What's wrong? Sorry, Rikikun. Don't worry about it. What am I gonna... What? No way. Why? What am I gonna do? Is that your family coming home? If that was the case, it could be bad. Finding a boy alone with a girl in her room. Yeah, it could definitely be bad. I began to be very worried. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? But... Hanukkazon? Hanukkazon was totally freaking out. I guessed she might be feeling exactly the same thing as me. No, not exactly. Averting her face, she just kept repeating the same thing over and over. It was strange. I couldn't put a finger on what exactly was strange, but something was wrong. It was similar to that uncomfortable feeling I'd gotten when entering the room. The peaceful Hanukkazon I'd just been conversing with was gone. Now she was confused, shivering. The doorknob turned with a metallic sound. Hanukkah, do you have guests? A woman with a laid-back voice stuck her face in. Hello. I stood up in a rush and nervously bowed my head in greeting. My, hello. The woman had a gentle face. If Hanukkazon's hair was untied and she were a little older, would she look like this? Hanukkah, you should have told me you were going to have your friend over. Sorry about that. My daughter's a little careless. Daughter? So that was it. This person was Hanukkazon's mother. Hanukkah, what are your plans? Will you stay for dinner? If you'd like, you could stay as well. Hanukkazon? As I was about to answer, I felt Hanukkazon tugging at the hem of my slacks. She was still trembling. I had to answer, but I didn't know what to say. Oh, you're feeling a little shy. What'll I do with you two, really? I felt Hanukkazon's arm twitch. When you decide, just let me know, Hanukkah. Please feel free to stay for dinner. It's been such a long time since Hanukkah brought someone home. Having said that, she closed the door. We heard her descend the stairs. From below, there was the sound of a door closing, and Hanukkazon let out a deep breath. Hanukkazon, what on earth? Hanukkazon raised her face with a relieved voice. That surprised me. It was the same old Hanukkazon, right? I had to ask myself, wasn't there something off about her voice? Coming home out of nowhere like that. Man, I thought it'd just be the two of us today. But looks like an obstacle has appeared, Rikikun. Is it rare for your parents to come home? Yeah, I guess. They're really busy with work, both of them. So I don't really see them much. That's right, you mentioned coming home on specific days. Yeah, it's like that. We have arranged our schedules so that we could be home together. Usually it's on the weekend. Yeah, even Hanukkah-san was surprised. Even though it's not like we were doing anything bad. Right. Hanukkazon's laughter trailed off, and she fell silent. Rikikun, do you want to eat? It won't be as good as the cafeteria, but it's edible. Edible? Yep, it's edible. She repeated the questionable word. It was like Hanukkazon was subtly telling me she didn't want me to accept her mom's offer. It's a rare opportunity. We should accept her kindness. When I gave that answer, Hanukkazon made an unreadable face, neither angry nor happy. Or rather, it was like the expression of a lost person, a person whose hopes had dwindled, that kind of face. It seemed like lately I'd only been seeing Hanukkazon's most complex expressions. The clock on the wall ticked away the seconds loudly. There was a lower sound as the minute hand moved. The clock read 6 o'clock. Shall we go, Rikikun? Hanukkazon stood up. She took hold of the doorknob, then paused. What's the matter? As she lowered her head, I could see her gripping the knob with greater force than necessary. It looked like she was thinking long and hard about something. Or maybe... But before I could say anything, the door opened. An alluring aroma drifted in. It was the smell of miso soup. But it was different from the smell in the cafeteria. I was right. How embarrassing. Geez, what is she thinking, that lady? On Hanukkazon's face was her normal smile. She gets like this every time I bring a friend over. I give up. But wait, what had her mom said just a while ago? It's been such a long time since Hanukkah brought someone home. There was something off about what Hanukkazon had said, too. All of it just felt too businesslike. Like a booked appointment. Honestly, I don't know what to do with her. Hanukkazon descended the stairs and then looked back up at me. What's the matter, Rikikun? Coming? Yeah, it smells delicious, I answered while descending the stairs. It's kind of nice having this kind of homey smell filling the house. When I said that, Hanukkazon's expression turned deeply, incredibly sad. The dining room was wonderful. In the central kitchen, light sparkled off the polished stainless utensils. But that is actually where I'm going to end the episode because, we're getting really close to the time and we have a new CG up. So that is why, so if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell and don't forget to like the video. And I love you guys so much and I will see you next time. Bye!